Wagwan, everybody, Wagwan. I am Janet Laverne Chambers of Toronto, Canada. I am originally from Jamaica. Yes, one love people. Out of many, one people is our motto. Okay, so what is my what is my strength? I have been told that my strengths are intellect, hmm, resourcefulness, resilience, personable. Yes, and even in the business field, they tell me that I'm very personable. Laverne, you're very personable. And my family, though, my family, I have three children, age 25, 29, and 30. Yes, I'm 57. And they, along with my sister, tells me that I am bossy. Yeah, I know you and I would not agree that I am bossy. Straightforward, yeah, to the point, don't take nonsense for too long. Yeah, that's me. Now, what has been my strongest hindrance or my strongest barrier? Okay, so before I tell you about my barrier, I'm gonna just share this little tad bit with you, a little bit. You don't mind? Hopefully, I'm gonna tell you a little story about my name. So I came to Canada to my dad, left my mama in Jamaica, and came to Canada. And everybody, I grew up around everybody in Canada talking about their name mean this, my name mean that. And when I take up a name book and look up the name Laverne, there was no Laverne there. You know, Janet means God's gift, but I could never find the Laverne in the books. So I forgot about it naturally. And then when I had my children, and they started going through that phase of wanting to know what their names meant and all that. And I looked it up again and I still couldn't find it. So I decided to Google. And Google started talking about it meaning something to be doing with springtime and green. And then it went on to talk about it being derived from the goddess of petty crime, Janet, God's gift. Laverne, goddess of petty crime. Honey, I, I'm a Libra. So I put them together because you gotta keep it balanced, right? So I put them together. So hence Janet Laverne. So I can be myself anywhere I go, anytime, anywhere, anyhow. You're just gonna get Janet Laverne. That's all I have to give you. So my strongest barrier has been an illness called seasonal affective disorder. Now, it took me 25 years and probably still counting because I have to still be careful. There's, I think they call it the elephant in the room. So, my elephant in the room is seasonal affective disorder. So, if I allow to this day, if I allow my stress levels to get up here and then the weather comes in and continuously, then I feel myself, So I yes, I keep awareness of where I am and how I'm feeling and what the weather is doing. Healing work is not something that you stop, you know. It's sort of one of the things that I say that the miracle is that you can get on with your getting on with. However, the work still needs to be done on a consistent basis. So that pretty much is my journey, and I have not allowed it to interfere too much with who I am. What I have done is I took my rent money, because here in Toronto, uh, depending on what the doctors are saying about you. Um, when you apply for any kind of service, any kind of government aid, they will turn you down. So I experienced a lot of blockage in trying to get onto programs, and like, I am, no, you're not going to tell me that I have to suffer with this and I have to take that and I have to do this and then I can't do anything. So I'm like, no. So I took my rent money. Yes, I did. And I went and paid a, for the aesthetics program. And from doing that, I did my own business for quite some time, for over 10 years. I did aesthetics work. I started out going to people's homes and giving them facials or body massage and doing their nails. And from that, I managed to open a little tiny little space, for my little esthetician business. And I also sewed, beddings like duvet covers and curtains and cushions and stuff like that. And I, from one thing to another, and then I hurt my back, and came down with fibromyalgia and whatnot. So I couldn't go back to being an esthetician, not full time, anyways. And so I went back to school, but in the religious circles this time, and I did clinical Christian counseling. Such a mouthful. So I got my master's in that, and I am currently working on my PhD. I have not formulated my thesis in it as yet because I am still digging around integral theory. And my my niche in the sense of what, when I say niche, I mean what I want to focus on, my purpose, my call, has to do primarily with love. I tell people all the time I'm in love with love, you know. So I intend to put love and the integral theory in a form, in a way that it fits in our lives, so we can come back and teach people how to apply it in a practical and sensible way, so that the journey, the healing journey, our lifestyle and all of that can benefit more sustainable growth, more sustainable healing, you know. And instead of having to go through the healing process the way I did, the constant yo-yo effect, you give out good sound advice to someone, and it's workable advice, it's advice that's been proven, and all of that. But when you give that to someone who is struggling with mental illness or even physical illness, and they skip a step or two in the rush to get back to their lives, what you're going to find is that it's not going to work, right? Because there's several things that they should have done, should have applied, right? But because of beliefs, because of um, practice, because of coping skills, whatever the reasons are, they're not getting done. So you end up with that constant yo-yo effect or a roller coaster effect that makes your healing harder, and you constantly having to keep backing up, and it's just counterproductive, right? It's not what healing should look like, right? Yeah, I could go on some more, but I think this is supposed to be short, so I'm going to stop here and say to you that keep making sure on your journey that you get all your ducks in a row, you complete your foundation. Just my thesis is the foundation of my dissertation, and without that, anything that I'm doing is just going to fall apart. So it is with our healings. So, shalom, until then. Thank you.